Okay guys, today I'm going to be talking about the film Jackie Brown. So this is a Quentin Tarantino film, and like most Quentin Tarantino films, it's very confusing and very dialogue heavy, but also very engrossing. The only thing is, just not as grossing as his other ones. Like, overall, it's a little more boring than the other ones, the characters aren't as memorable, and the dialogue isn't as memorable. So overall, it is definitely in his lower half of his films, but again, that's not a Quentin Tarantino level, so it still is a pretty enjoyable watch. I just wish it would have been shorter, and it would have had more likable characters. Or at least just, I guess, working the dialogue a little more. There wasn't as many funny scenes or funny dialogue, or it just didn't work as well, I didn't feel. So, like Samuel L. Jackson, his character wasn't as interesting as like his character from Pulp Fiction or his character from Django Unchained. His character in this one, by comparison, is just not as fun to watch and not as funny, not as fun. Robert De Niro isn't completely fun. There's no real characters I'm like, oh, I love that character. Like, it feels more grounded. There isn't as much zany sayings that come on other Quentin Tarantino films. So overall, it didn't leave as much an impact. What did leave an impact, though, is the soundtrack in this movie. That's where this movie really shines, is its soundtrack. Especially as the film was winding down, they play a song, and it really gets you into it. So, the good moments in this film are scattered about very evenly, that when you're starting to get bored, then they'll do something unexpected, do something that will really impress you. I just wish it was more consistent with all the good stuff, with all the sharp dialogue, with all the twists and turns. But for what I got, it was an enjoyable time. I wish it was shorter, but it was enjoyable enough. And Quentin Tarantino has done much better work, so he's allowed a few ones that aren't as good. And I do know there's still a lot of people that love this film, and I can definitely see why. It's still a good film, just rather disappointing based on the high standards he has.